Hello boys and girls, welcome to another session of Dwarf Fortress. Dwarf Fortress Lancedbrains is this one. Year 268. So we have... Oh, wait a moment, this is not good. Two of my dwarves died here. Why are they dying? What is happening? Did he die of old age or something? I have no idea. Well, tough luck, I say. Tough luck. Good evening, Warchard. You're back. I don't know why these dwarves died, but we have two vacancies in our squads. Mark's dwarves are lining up to defend the burrows, and I say we make a short process with this. We just pull all of these levers. Does this guy have... He's got a crossbow, he's got a quiver, and in the quiver some bolts. Okay, should be able to use it. So the yak, has the yak been released yet? No, don't release the yak yet. We will need to first open trap safety 2. So let's see it. The bridge is open. So we could release the yak. Actually, why am I having a cage there? Could have a pasture there, but well, whatever. This is Dwarf here. Here come here are some goblins. Ah, there is a goblin. There's another goblin. Oh, this is good. So how about the trolls? There's a troll. 2 goblins and a troll is not so bad. Not so bad. 2 goblins and a troll caught in the trap. Well, they're not. Oh, it's only 2 goblins right now. Troll is here though. So how are we doing here? Are we shooting yet? No shooting yet. Everyone's busy holding the obsidian blocks. I believe we should close the door. Yeah, let's close it. And it's called trap safety too, isn't it? Stray sea otter. Wonderful. So the cage has been released. Look at the goblin now. he killed the yak, but now we will release. Oh, we don't have the water released and nothing. Forgot completely about it. Fill water tank. And we need to pump the magma. How are we doing here? It's, well, the cluttering status is not so bad anymore. I hope that these levers will be soon operated. Okay, look at the magma pouring in. Water is enclosed, so we can now fill water trap 1 and 2. Yeah, first goblin should be released, or big dog, and look at the fight in the head, in the lower leg, looking good. Nice practice for our dwarves. Martial trance. Excellent. Okay, we can stop pumping now. And we can safely stop filling magma or water trap. Look how high they crawl, just under the magma bridge. They are really trying to get out. I believe we can open these. Fill magma tank. This is much more fun than, oh, actually not much more fun than the pitting, like the mass pitting technique. Since the mass pitting no longer works, this is very good. This is the best prisoner fun I've had. Using them as live targets is much better than having your dwarves practice at the archery targets. Chat says you would hope that this is more fun than mass pitting since it doesn't work. Yes, exactly. The mass pitting no longer works. But this is, mass pitting is even more fun because you don't have to link every single cage to a lever. But yeah, it's okay. So, are we ready? Yes, we are ready. We are ready. Well then, release the magma. And it looks like all the most of the obsidian blocks have been carried away. No, not yet. A big dog, okay. Coming along nicely. Oh, I didn't even observe the magma drop down as I usually do, but I assume everybody's dead here now. Some smoking bodies. Oh, that's why they don't do anything more, because all these obsidian blocks. I mean, we don't have no more wood for bins. We could make some bins then. It's a carpenter's workshop, yes. Okay. Let's drop the water. So all the fuss about water pumps pumping out the surplus water has never actually been used, because there is no surplus water. All the water evaporates because the stone is so hot. It all evaporates. It's good to know for the next time, should I decide to do this again. The computer voice. Magma death pit engaged. Exactly. So, and we need this trap safety 3. $30 iron bars currently. The yield is rather low. So how are we doing here? Lots of dead guys. Must check up on my Mark's dwarves. how skilled they are now. Oh, yeah. Nothing, not much, but it's better than nothing. Has mandated the construction of tables. All right, let's make golden tables. This gold, yeah. Oh, hello, Sitan. So we have first two deaths. Oh, it's become elite Marks Dwarf. Now this is good. Sizzling barricades. Yeah, we have, and they are getting better and better. Talented crossbow. It takes very long time until they kill them. But the enemies are already crawling on the ground. Clothier died now. He's been, I mean, he's been stricken with melancholy for a long time. It's grown attached to a blind cave bear leather shield, but that's okay. Sizzling barricades. Right, so here we have this I think we can clear it. Lots of items here to be claimed. I'll just watch where they are going to store it. These iron items in some sort of bin. It should be somewhere close to the smelters. This is the bin, yeah, okay. Ammo bin, yes. Okay. Melt. What job have you landed in now, Nagi? Still doing the vehicle diagnostics or whatever job? Yes, yes, exactly. Vehicle diagnostics, but now not with the phones or anything multimedia. I'm doing, but I'm not really testing anymore. I'm yeah, it's a sort of a test manager job for the emergency call unit or online connectivity unit, which provides data connection to the car. I mean, it's connected with the back end, and in case of an emergency, like when the airbag explodes, it'll call an emergency number, or if the user wishes, can press an emergency button and call that. Or it does all sorts of other things, like allow you to remotely control some functions or some gather some statistics about your car. Now look at that, it's all clear here. It's all clear. All clear, all clear. So let's build the cage again. Iron cage. So how many more invaders do we have? I mean, it's a bad time to look for it, because there are plenty of invaders running around here. Looks like they are out of ammo. Do we have any other ammo? Doesn't look like it, but we can make ammo. There are lots of bones. We've got lots of bins here still. Why aren't they using them for the obsidian blocks? I'm looking for bones. We should have plenty of bones. There's a bone carver's workshop. Bone bolts on repeat. Bone bolts on repeat. Totem on repeat. How much copper do we have? I want probably to make copper bolts or silver bolts. You say, how did the dwarf die of dehydration? Yeah, it was the moody dwarf. It was the clothier. No, the one we could not find rutile for. I believe we are out of arrows. 800 arrows, 800 bolts, I mean. It's not much. Yeah, the one who wanted the odd stone, exactly that one. "31 iron bars. We can make pig iron bars. Let's make pig iron. Not too many corpses there yet. Dan says, Nagidal, as an insider, are there driverless cars going to be the future? Yes, I think they are, but I don't know when. I mean, they've already proven safer than than usual cars. But once they have like millions and billions of miles driven, the statisticians for the insurance houses will confirm that the rate of accidents is much lower than when people drive on their own, and so there will be lots of insurance benefits if you're going to drive. I mean, if you're going to take a ride in a driverless car rather than driving a car yourself. So yeah, I think people will want that. The question is when will be the breakthrough, and by breakthrough I mean when there will be more driverless cars than driven cars. It's hard to tell. Something like 30, maybe 40 years. I don't know. I don't know whether I will live long enough to see this. But I'm quite excited about electric cars, and there is a lot of progress done in hydrogen fuel cells cars as well. I mean, they found some new alloy which allows for storing hydrogen safer. So the main argument why Elon Musk did not try hydrogen fuel cars seems to be is about to vanish. So yeah, I mean, there will be alternative energy cars. Should be exciting. Orchard, isn't a recent issue that cars containing drivers can purposefully mess with the driverless cars by swerving next to them and such? Yeah, I mean, yeah, this behavior will probably become an offense. I mean, something like when you are flying a drone, you also aren't allowed to fly a drone so that you endanger other people. So, I mean, there are stupid people everywhere who try to do harm. The question is how will we deal with this? I mean, people driving unsafely just to somehow endanger the safety of passengers in a driverless car deserve punishment. Like, I mean, if you're driving normally, you also aren't allowed to endanger other drivers or other cars in the traffic. And this behavior will be punished, and it's a matter of time when the driverless cars would have cameras actually recording these drivers and seeing their license plates will be identifiable, so they would probably be easy to report such reckless drivers. So I don't see that as a big problem, and I'm surprised that people actually had the idea to do such things. So the fortress attracted no migrants this season. I think this world is messed up. I don't know why we didn't attract any migrants. Probably nobody likes this place. Maybe that's why. Haunted glacier. Only heated by the warm goblin blood and magma. So the trap is cleaned now. We need to assign an animal to this cage. And we will assign something like tame fox. Yeah, why not? Why not a tame fox? Big dog bone bolts. So let's check this out. There's another big dog here. One big dog, one goblin. one troll, one big dog, one goblin, and one troll, and two goblins. One big dog, two goblins, one troll, two big dogs. Nice. It's like 2 more times, maybe 2 more cycles of the magma trap, and we'll be set. We can open the chute again. You see, when driverless cars become a thing, so many people are going to be out of work. Yeah, many taxi drivers will probably suffer. Will complain. But it's the same like in industrial revolution. Well, no, industrial revolution, where workers complained about robots in factories and machines. Machines are doing stuff faster, and workers are superfluous. Turns out they aren't superfluous. But yeah, I mean, why would you want to? People will only drive just for pleasure. The usual driving chores will be done by computers and driving software. Many truck drivers and taxi drivers lose their jobs, but there will be many more jobs opened for research of software and artificial intelligence of driving, and like traffic flow optimization for driverless cars, and car-to-car communication, car-to-X communication, car to anything, like Internet of Cars, Internet of Things. There will be lots of other stuff to do for people than driving cars. Yeah, I've got still 2 trolls running around here. Water buffalo calf. Listen to poetry. Let's listen to some Dwarf poetry. Performances at the stanza. Disloyal torment is an example of the library of genius. The work has no particular subject. Overall, the poetry is masterful. Library of Genius is a poetic riddle intended to praise a specific place originating at the subtle realm. The rules of the form are applied by poets to produce individual poems which can be recited. The poem is 3 sections. Use of consonants is characteristic of the form. The 6th line of each section represents a different view of the subject of the different view of the subject of the 5th line. The rhyme scheme of the poem is ABA BBB. Nice. Louis, you say, I know that you enjoy turn-based strategy games, Sven. Have you heard of a game called Endless Legend? No, I didn't. What is it? What does it do? Endless Legend. I'm googling it. On Steam. 4X fantasy strategy game based developed by Amplitude. Alright, what does it say further? Purpose is to dominate the world Auriga with one of the 11 races or factions throughout either diplomacy, war. Published by Sega. Generally positive views. Yeah, I'll keep it open. Yeah, thanks for the suggestion. I might take a look at it sometime. Possibly tomorrow. I mean, that means I'll read about it a bit more. Yeah, we ran totally out of bolts. You've recently started playing it with one of your friends and it's a blast, okay? Cage stray fox. Where are we with the fox? And look at the frame rate. Now it's quite low. I don't know why. Dan says, Nagita, why are you so afraid to commit to some new game? Who knows? They might be good. Yes, but you know, it's the age. I've had this conversation with one of the viewers earlier, and I mean, like a couple of days ago. It's not so long ago, and I think it was it's the age. Old people don't like to try new stuff. It's their habit. I mean, it's their they live in habits and in memories more and more. The older you get, the more you will understand that just oh, he withdraws from society. Engraver. Okay, I mean, that's fine. Yeah, you think with strategy there can be a lot of nuances which can take a lot of time to master, of course. Strategies are nice games. He claimed Crafts Dwarf's workshop, so let's see what he wants. Pictures of cut gems, stacked cloth, skeletons, pictures of a forest, quarry. Okay, we should get all. Yep, looks like he's getting it. Now the frame rate dropped a lot. I don't know why so suddenly. So we have them, and I thought, okay, it's now here we go. Frame rate rises again. Danlel says, you're not old, you probably live until you're 100. That's almost triple your current age right now. Time to try some new game. Yeah. No, I really think that ability to acquire new games declines with the ability to learn in general. And there is a reason why you send children to school, because at young age your learning capacity is at its highest, and it starts to decline. I mean, biologically you are at your highest top form somewhere in your 20s, and ever since then you realize that it's not getting any better mentally and physically, both mentally and physically, that you cannot learn things as easily anymore. And it becomes quite an effort to learn things. to remember new stuff. I mean, doesn't mean you are incapable of doing it. You still can do a lot. You still can learn a lot, but compared to the young guys, you learn a lot slower, or noticeably slower, and with more effort. You are so wrong, Sven. I'm 42 and I'm constantly trying new things. I think it's more in your head than anything. I have friends who are at 25 decided they all, well, I don't know. I'm still trying new things. Like I am an early adopter of like smartwatches, tablets, and what else is there? Virtual reality headsets. I'm trying this stuff. I like technology, and I like to try new things. But I notice that I just feel it that I can no longer learn it as easily. I notice that every time when I'm like doing a course for another certificate in testing or stuff, just not as easy. Like when I was 20, 21 and I was studying at the university, I said, wait, a master's degree, no problem, I get it, I can handle. A PhD, no problem, I'll get it, I can handle. Well, I couldn't, I backed out of it, but for other reasons. It wasn't reasons of my learning or reasons of performance. But now, imagining myself sitting at in the auditorium with the other students and trying to acquire knowledge, it takes a lot more effort than it used to. 30 to 45 are peak of manhood, peak of life. Well, then I'm already in the middle of my peak. I'm 37 now. Also, I noticed that when I tried flight simulation, I was excited to learn lots of new stuff about airplanes and aerodynamics and all these procedures around the plane on the runway and regulations about airspace. Exciting stuff, and learn how to fly a plane, but it takes so long. maybe I'm just maybe I'm just too much of a perfectionist that I really like to learn every single detail, whereas when I would be, playing flight simulation as a 15-year-old, I'd probably not care about any regulations or laws. I would just sit in the plane and play with knobs until it starts and I'm trying to fly, but I'm able to fly. But now when I play flight simulation, I just don't want to do everything perfectly, everything correctly. So the source of fun is somewhere else. It's not in the flying. The source of fun is in doing things the way I know I want and I think it's right. And so, you know, it's a different approach to games. Games aren't that complicated. Most of them can be enjoyed without having to sit down for hours learning how to play them beforehand. Yes, they can. And I like such games. I mean, Flipping Legend. I mean, I still played it today. I play it occasionally on my tablet still. It's a very easy game, very relaxing, very fun. But there's nothing to learn in it. You just learn everything there is in 2 minutes. Yeah, okay, let's games aren't that complicated. Yes, they say we don't play them beforehand. For example, the game I donated, Dan, you donated, I presume, Final Fantasy, or what was the game? Well, keep at it. Well, I haven't given up on Final Fantasy yet. Whatever. There is a long list of games people have donated, and I haven't tried yet, including Witcher. I think I didn't give Witcher the shot or the amount of time it deserves. Yes, Final Fantasy, it's not complicated, it's very relaxing. Which Final Fantasy did I get? Oh, I have to check. Was it Final Fantasy 9? I believe it was 9. Updating Steam, okay. There you go. I haven't run Steam in ages. Oh yes, it is Final Fantasy 9, yes. Is that the isometric type one? I don't remember. I think I've watched it a little bit, and I think it's a 3D, sort of 3D. Yeah, 2.5D like Monkey Island. Ah, okay, that's sort of D. Right. Louis says, I bought it during a Steam sale a couple of months ago. I haven't quite gotten around to playing it yet. You see, this is the problem with games on Steam. You buy them. I mean, I also buy them, but never really get around to play them. Oh, there is this also the Myst games. I would like to play them. They were like Zork Nemesis. And I think a Zork Nemesis is one of my better Let's Plays. And Myst could become something similar. So are we ready? We are closed. Is this bridge open? Let's open this. Trap safety 2. No, but I think one other reason, possibly much bigger than my willingness to learn and acquire new knowledge and new abilities in games, is that I really like. I'm fond of some games like Dwarf Fortress, Kerbal Space Program, Morrowind, and Elder Scrolls a little bit, and I don't know what other games, sim racing obviously too, so that I want to spend a lot of time with these games. Dwarf Fortress, it's an endless game. It never gets old. Oh, why did it? It never gets old. It's always something new. I mean, the replayability of Dwarf Fortress is amazing. So that's a game with which I want to spend a lot of time. And if I'd be, and I have a limited time to play games, so I try to play the ones I like the most. It's like, I don't know if what should I compare it to? Probably it depends on the kind of person. I mean, I would, my first idea to compare it to was to cigar smokers, because, or pipe smokers, they like to, when they start, they like to try out new things, new tobaccos, new types of cigars, and then they settle on a brand or couple of favorite ones, and then they smoke sort of regularly, and very rarely, if ever again, try something new. But I mean, that's my attitude to smoking. I have a friend who is also a cigar smoker, or whiskey. Those who drink whiskey, I like to drink whiskey. I have my favorite brands, and I'm happy with them. And occasionally I try this or that new, but I hesitate to try new things. But my friend, he's a cigar smoker and also a whiskey drinker. He always smokes something new, drinks something new. Okay, so I mean, it's probably a personality trait. Yeah, Dan says Mist. Mist is very nice. Louis says, I've heard of Mist. It has tempted me a few times now. I think I have said this before, but I think one of my favorite LPs was LA Noir. Yeah, although it was a little bit clumsy language-wise, because I did not understand a lot of words and some like things which were specific to America in the 60s, which I was completely unaware of. Like lots of new words I weren't familiar with. I struggled to understand them in the contexts where they were playing their role. So a lot of the game depth and connections and connotations escaped me, but I have enjoyed it a lot. Yes. Ferko says Eleanor used some period slang, so yeah, there were new words. It was a nice game. And in fact, I have bought, well, actually not, I have bought some similar games already on Steam. I don't know, something like, what is it called? There's another detective-like game, although it might be slightly more adventure-like game than LA Noire was. What is it called, man? I'm just browsing through the list of my library in Steam, but I can't see it. Yeah, some sort of a fictive, like a detective along the lines of Sherlock Holmes, but way less famous. I don't know what it was in the game. Or maybe it is not even in my library, but in following or something. I don't know. I mean, but I have some plans in with regards of such games, such detective adventure stories. So there's more of them coming. So, how about our goblins here? They don't seem to be interested in our magma trap at all. Did they just vanish? There is this troll. Indeed, where are they? There's this big dog. The goblin. Okay, I guess we'll have to release the fox. Oh yeah, Tex Murphy. Tex Murphy's. There's a whole series of detective stories called Tex Murphy. I don't know how good they are, but have positive reviews. Exhilarating, fast-paced, interactive mystery guaranteed to entertain you. I'd give it a try. Tex Murphy. Ooh, we have a ghost. Ghost. Ghostly Marks Varzane Grigoth. Okay, we need to do something about this. Dwarves might get terrified. What to do about it? We have some slabs here. Add new task, engrave memorial, Zaneg, Ingiz, Kikrost, Ezum, Ustuth, Stukos, Wood Dog. Have you ever read any works of Agatha Christie? Yes, I have, but I didn't finish it. I don't know what it was called, but it was one of her very famous stories. But I loved the film adaptations of Agatha Christie's stories with, what was this guy called? The actor who played what was the character called? Hercule Poirot? But who was the actor? I don't know. Yeah, but they were all very nice movies. I'm currently reading Frank Herbert's Dune. So I want to really carefully read it. I've read it once many years back, the first 3 books, and I want to read them again. David Suchet, maybe. Nope. No, I don't think that was him. Peter Ustinov. Peter Ustinov was the name. Yeah. So the fox has been released, so where are the goblins? Here is a goblin. Ah, here he comes. This goblin is on a mission. And this troll. Hello, Mr. Goblin. Descend. Why don't you descend? You're a smart one. There you go. So I think we better now close it, because I don't see any more guys coming. Yep, we close it. Trap safety 2. Ahaha, you are trapped, my friend. So now it's magma time. Magma time once again. Are we ready for magma? I don't believe. Oh, look, I accidentally forgot to close the magma. Okay, let's close the magma tank. But magma bridges are closed, aren't they? No, they aren't closed. Close magma bridges. Close the water bridges. Windio says, I like these streams. Greetings from St. Petersburg. Hello. St. Petersburg. Where is I kind of have a rough notion where is that. Just looking here at Google Earth on my tablet. Did it crash? Yeah. Didn't. Over here, I see. Okay, look, we have these bridges. Now we can fill water trap. And fill magma tank. I mean, and yeah, and there is nothing like fill magma. We need to pump it. Yeah, I want. I was thinking of going to St. Petersburg on my road trip again around the Baltic Sea. I'm planning. So I'm still planning a road trip around the Baltic Sea. But the original plan is to take a ferry from Finland to Estonia. So I wouldn't visit Petersburg then. Stray fox. Look, the trolls and goblins, they don't attack the fox. Because they don't consider it our pet. They don't consider it our livestock. Wow, this is amazing. I thought they would go after everything which is our livestock, but this game is so smart. I mean, I really underestimated Dwarf Fortress now, because from a programmer's point of view, you program your enemies to get whatever is associated with you as your property, including livestock. And if you tame foxes and you manage to raise stray foxes, then they become your livestock, become your property. You have herds of or just packs of foxes which you breed for leather and whatever meat. So I thought the enemies like goblins and trolls would naturally attack such fox which comes from your livestock. But how can they tell? I mean, a fox looks just like another fox. Nobody can tell that this fox is actually a dwarf's domestic animal. So they don't attack it. Why should they? A fox doesn't look like a domestic animal. Of course it doesn't. So this is wonderful. And we will need fill water trap. Oh, so all the bridges, one of the bridges should, yeah, it's being filled. Yeah, the water will slowly flow inside. Now how about the pumps? Operate pump. Scribe is coming to operate our pump. Fox pups. It's quite slow now, the game. Ah, so they did. So they did kill it. They did kill it after all. Okay. Now this is going to cost you, Goblin. This is going to cost you. The magma is already flowing in. I believe this is quite enough. It's quite enough magma. I need a caravan to come here and learn the new knowledge about sea otters, foxes and raccoons, because we really domesticated them now. Oh, trolls are still alive here. Okay, we've got magma, we've got water. The bridges are up. We can unleash it. Release the magma. Ah, there we go. Here's the troll. Burning now. The goblin was also already burning. First toe, left foot. Second toe, left foot. Cruelty. You are turned into cruelty. Now experience some cruelty. How about the troll? Left horn, left tusk. Yeah. So goblin is hanging on the wall, melted, oozing, dripping blood everywhere, eyelid, face, head. Nice, nice, nice. There's another goblin. What? Oh, this guy. Yeah, you're next. That goblin swordsman is next. So look at the smoke. Hey, troll is still crawling up the wall or something? Mangled beyond recognition, lower body melted. Oozing blood, neck running with blood. His head fat is gone. Oh. Wow, imagine that. Like a burning skull of a troll. Lovely. Large iron mask. Okay, I think we are done. Melting process is complete. Now let's drop some water on it. As mandated, the constructions of goblets. Okay, let's make some golden goblets. And water is falling on it. Nice. Okay. It took so many years to build this trap. Such a struggle. Hello, Mambo. Have you tried the save game yet? It's working nicely. I mean, this trap didn't really pay for itself yet, but it's fun to have it. So dwarfy. Guys, I think this will be all for today's stream. We have gotten rid of one of the few last goblins still surviving ever since the siege came. We have a big dog, and this goblin swordsman is still here, and a big dog, and that's all, I think. Maybe the big dog is gone now. Maybe this goblin swordsman is the last one. Oh, there's this big dog. Yep. So the goblin swordsman and the big dog are next, and then we have gotten rid of the whole siege. No survivors, no survivors. That's how I like it. It's a calm. I mean, I thought I'd have lots of danger to handle in Haunted Glacier Embark, but it seems fine. I mean, it's not really super hardcore Embark side, because as you can see, we've got plenty of wood in an Arctic taiga biome. We have a little bit of Arctic taiga biome here in the west, so we're really good. We must say, I mean, this wood saved the fortress in a way, so it's not a super hardcore site, but it's pretty close to it. Pretty close. I just played Dwarf Fortress very, very safely, and people pointed out that, yeah, playing it safely is, I mean, playing it safely is something you need to learn, but once you learn it, I mean, you realize it's rather boring. I mean, you have most fun when things go wrong in Dwarf Fortress, and it's true, I completely agree. Me playing it safely is just, you know. I mean, but I make mistakes here and there, so it's here and there we have some fun. Like this trap, I mean, that works like a charm. Maybe it's not as graphic as was the retracting bridge, beneath which was a field of upright spears, where we saw our enemies dropping onto these spears and being impaled. But this is much more efficient. I mean, well, much more efficient. I wouldn't say it, but I mean, this way you can deal with almost every enemy. He's begun a mysterious construction. Hey, welcome. Yes. What's he using? Pitch blender, giant cave spider, silk cloth, chert gizzard stones. Ah, we've got these stones from a big dog. Pigtail cloth. I mean, gizzard stones are stones animals eat and they keep in their stomach, and they help grind the food in the stomach, or decompose, and they are grinding the food and help what's the English word for it? Help ingest the food. Dinosaurs had gizzard stones, and some other creatures have. Stray raccoon, bone, bayberry, wood logs. Okay, yeah, he got everything he wants. Yeah, Volchard says that troll is holding on for dear life. Yes, with his head fat melted away. Oh, this is some seriously cruel trap. And it's so efficient. I mean, I like it because you get rid of all the troll fur socks and underpants and whatever these goblins have. So much garbage just melts away. All the garbage the siege brings, all these whatever, I mean, naked mole leather shoes or whatever. Oh, digest. Digest is the word I was looking for. Thank you, Lois. Yeah. Digest the food. Gizzard stones, do you say they are common in carnivores? No, I wouldn't say so. They are, no. I mean, I don't know a lot of zoology, but I don't think they are that common. So do we have some bones? School. Bone balls, totems. We need some bolts. So what is left behind? A large iron mask from the troll, and iron bow and iron arrows. Okay. Oh no, look at this. I'm so... okay, build construction upstairs. This will cost me a lot of time. Gabbro blocks, maybe? Yeah. I removed the ramps before I dug the ceiling. I need to redo it. Stupid me. Louis says, do they serve the role of teeth specialized for grinding? Well, yeah, like molar teeth more than anything else. Because if you have ever seen a gizzard stone, it's perfectly, I don't know, like not round as a sphere, but very very smooth and very like a rotational ellipsoid or spheroid. They have no sharp edges. Everything is, you know, like, so it's like pebbles, basically, very round pebbles. So it's just yeah, guys, I'll call it a stream. So we're concluding this. Thanks for joining. Oh hey, artifact elite Marksvar has created atoll pitchblende a crown. Let's see what it is, what it relates to. Encrusted, decorated, encircled. Okay. Menaces with spikes of chert, pigtail, giant cave spider, silk, and raccoon bow. On the item is an image of cap hoppers in giant cave spill. Okay, cap hoppers, some cave critters. On the item is an image of square, brilliant cut gems in bayberry wood. Okay, and it's called Found Friends, the Deep of Muddling. What are you smoking, Atir? I want that stuff. He likes dacite, zinc, fortification, clear glass, naked moldog bone, hemp fabric, chickens for the clucking. That's a nice word, clucking. The sound of the meandering veneration and the sight of the saffron. When possible, she prefers to consume creepy crawler and plum wine. Okay. Rather decadent preferences, aren't they? detests worms. Okay, at least that. Yeah, all right. So she dreams of mastering skill. She's now mastered a skill. Okay, wonderful. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Let's save this. We have played almost through the entire spring of the year 268, and it's getting very late indeed. I mean, yeah, it's 11 p.m. already. I didn't want to stay up this late. Just Dwarf therapist and save. So see you tomorrow. Have a good night.